Hi everyone, Aiden here with etrailer. Today we're going to be taking a look at the set of Gorilla Ratchet tie-down straps. This is going to be a set of 4, so it's a great way to get started because you've got plenty of straps to tie down your gear. But let's check them out. Now I like that it comes in a set of 4 because we always recommend using your straps in pairs here at etrailer, but sometimes depending on the load 2 isn't enough, and having up to 4 just out of the box means you're going to be ready to tie down a lot. For example, this set of 4 kayaks, all stacked on top of each other like this, is a little bit unruly. And while 2 straps did pretty okay, adding the other 2 going diagonal across, they're keeping these really solid and they're not gonna go anywhere going down the road. And it's just nice that out of the box, you don't have to worry about not having enough straps if you're starting from ground zero. Now these straps are gonna be 1 inch wide and 12 feet long. So plenty long for a smaller trailer like this, depending on how tall the load is, and I think really good for a truck bed application. And as far as the weight capacity is concerned, you've got a safe working load limit of 500 pounds per strap and a brake strength of 1,500 pounds. The safe working load limit is the one that you should always abide by when looking at your cargo and what you're actually tying down. And when you're using all 4 straps, you can add those together. So anything 2,000 pounds and under, if you're using all 4 straps, should be good to go. But let's break one of these loose and we can take a better look at it. The handles here are pretty wide. Given that it's only a 1 inch wide strap, this release at the bottom where my thumb is a little small, but the handle up top is fairly easy to operate and easy to feed the strap through when you're setting it up. Now at each end of the strap, you're going to have a vinyl coated S-hook. That vinyl coating should help protect the metal underneath, but it's prone to wear and tear over time the more you use it and the more you put pressure on it. But I do like the S-hook style because it's fairly easy to feed through tie-down points or small holes like this in your trailer, like this one has set up for tie-downs. And there's a small hook keeper. It's kind of a plasticky vinyl construction. Honestly, I'm not super thrilled about that. I like when there is some sort of retention clip on the hook because it makes it easy to leave it and set the other end of the strap up. But these are super brittle. We actually had one break on us whenever we were grabbing our kayaks and bringing them over to our etrailer facility here. So I just don't think these are going to hold up very well to the test of time. And you'd be much better off getting something with a metal clasp like the etrailer ratchet straps have. I'll talk about those a little bit more later, but that would be a point I'd watch out for. And here's what that broken one looks like. It just got kind of caught up on the edge here when I was tying this strap down. And before I even really knew it was happening, I just saw it was broken. So it doesn't take much because it is a very plasticky material. Now when you go to feed your strap through when setting up, you can pull all that slack out and throw that ratcheting mechanism to tighten it down. The handle is a bit widened up top and you've got a nice grip here, so you can get pretty good leverage on it. It's not the longest thing in the world, but it's a fairly nice compact handle, and all the aluminum on here keeps it pretty lightweight, and it's going to be corrosion resistant. I think the corrosion resistance is the cooler part. The aluminum being so light initially made it feel just a little bit cheap. Not to say that it is cheap. I think it's going to hold up pretty well over time, but when I first picked it up out of the box, it threw me for a loop because I'm used to these being a bit heavier. The one thing to consider when picking out straps, though, is also what you're using them for. One, just for the weight capacity, but also for where those straps are going to sit. For our kayaks today, our ratcheting mechanism is resting right on the hull, and that might not be something everyone wants, depending on if you're hauling something a bit more fragile or prone to scratches and scuffs. You might want something where the actual ratcheting mechanism can slide along the strap. We could put it somewhere like here, where it's going to be airborne and not touching our boats so we don't damage it. There is a set of these Gorilla straps available that has a sliding ratchet mechanism, so that might be a good alternative if you're looking for something that's not going to damage your stuff. And you'll also get a hard shell carrying case for these. It's actually what they come packaged in, but you can reuse this for storage after you're done using them. They come tightly packed in here, so repackaging them for storage, you might find that it's a little bit more tricky because you're gonna have to roll your straps up pretty meticulously, and you don't always have the time to do that. I know I always don't wrap up my straps neatly, and sometimes I just throw them in the back of my truck because I'm in a hurry. In that case, I think this is not gonna be the best choice. But that does bring me to those etrailer straps I compared these to earlier. I think those etrailer straps, one, will have a better clasp on that hook to make them easier to set up, but also they do come with a carrying bag that's quite a bit larger than that. So storing them in there between uses, it's gonna be a little bit easier, I think. Plus the straps that you get are a little bit wider, larger handle, and overall I think just gonna be a little bit nicer than what you get here. But this still isn't a bad option if you don't like the larger straps, you just need something a little bit smaller. But aside from my minor complaints about the hook keeper and the plastic case for storage, I do think it's a really good value for a set of 4 ratchet straps. And if the length and weight capacity is good for you and your uses, then I think they're gonna work out just fine. But that'll do it today for our look at this set of 4 Gorilla Ratchet tie-down straps. I'm Aiden, and thanks for watching.